With the cuffs, too? It was like that?
Show me the money, baby.
I think you got to show it to me, actually.
Oh, okay.
We got to show the world. We got to show the world.
Okay.
America, there was a $1,000 wager
Hey, look, man.
on the Eagles Niners game. I need my money.
Hey, look.
I need my money.
Let me tell you something real quick. Listen. It's cool. We lost one game. We still number one seed. And guess what?
Run
the Eagles. They done paid me so much money. I'm cool with losing.
You're cool with losing. Good.
Let me get that money. Let me get the money from
I need all of it.
Oh, my goodness.
I wanted hundreds. I'll take 20.
Yeah, I got some tens.
I wanted hundreds.
It all add up to serve.
I'll take
20. You my man.
My dog.
I'm an honest dude. I don't want to put it in your hands. I don't
know why they got tape on my bread like that. I don't know now. If y'all saw on Twitter, I said I'm just gonna gift this to a Niners fan because y'all did the work. I didn't even go to the game.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna Venmo a Niners fan. Y'all can check out the Twitter to see the details.
Oh, yeah?
I'm just taking it from Shady's pockets to y'all. I don't even need it.
Whoever that Niner fan is, just know this. He gonna rock with y'all today. Y'all be mad. He's not gonna rock with y'all again.
Hey, first off, it's a delivery fee. I gotta come on. So they
This Pulp Fiction briefcase.
I like this stuff. This gotta be high. This is like an idea right here.
Yo, this is Speak. It's about to be the best 90 minutes of your day. To my left, that's Joy Taylor. Far end is James Jones. He needs no introduction. Eagles all-time rushing leader. But on this show, on this day, Shady, I do apologize because it's time for me to be honest. I'm not gonna be nice. It's time for me to be honest. The Niners proved that they were the best team in football yesterday. They proved that they were the best team on the field yesterday, and it was not very kind, nor was it very close. 6 consecutive touchdown drives by the Niners, 85 yards, 90 yards, 75 yards, 77 yards, 75 yards, 48 yards. What I loved about this game is that it was relatively clean. Both teams had 47 penalty yards. Neither team turned the ball over. So the Eagles played clean, the Niners played clean, and the Niners ended up victorious. I said that the Niners are a bust or blowout team. They will either lose or they will blow your doors off. And what did they do in the link? They blew the doors off of Philadelphia. And when I was really thinking about it, I thought to myself, did any Eagle player play a bad game? Nope. Was this one of those games where some Eagles player just slipped in coverage? James Bradbury gave up an 80-yard touchdown. It didn't happen. If you look based upon the PFF rankings, I don't love PFF, but I will submit to this statistic, Bradbury did not allow 1 yard in coverage. 1! And the Niners still had 42 yards of offense. The best team not only won, the best team dominated. It was not luck. It was not fortune. It was not chance. It was domination. Bang, bang.
Niner gang.
LeSean McCoy,
Yes,
Eagles
sir.
all-time rushing
That's
leader.
right.
You stand on yours, big dog.
That's what my whole life.
Yours. You won't back down from nothing. Did the best team win yesterday?
America, the best team has won. And to be the best, you got to beat the best. Yep. The best team in the NFC, they beat. Philadelphia Eagles, they beat them. So, yes, the Niners are the best team in football. And when I watched that game, a lot of things stood out to me, right? They dominated up front. And as much as we joke about Kyle Shanahan, we got to give him his praise. He cut us and diced us all the way up. Oh, my God.
Onions.
Right? It's just the way he coaches, man. Like, you have a route runner in Ayuk, and he uses him like that. You have probably the best football player with the ball's in his hand, Deebo Samuel. He did that. Screens, reverses, everything you wanted. He was dicing us up. And then Brock Purdy, right? They talk about how he's up and down. He was so poised and calm yesterday. Yeah, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I watched the tape today, and I had a chance to call Frank Gore, one of my good friends. He works there right now. And we were just talking about the game as we watched the tape. And I got to be honest, they dominated us up front, right? Everything they wanted to do, they did. They controlled the line of scrimmage. They ran the ball extremely well. I think for us, we didn't play our best game, but one thing I think that I think changed the game early. When you drive up and down the field on the Niners and you don't get a touchdown, and it's 6-0, there's no pressure. A young quarterback like Brock Purdy, there's no pressure, right? To make him remember the bad games he did have, there was no pressure. But when you come out 14-0,
it's a different
that's
story.
some pressure. Now we need Kyle Shanahan. He might make a mistake by trying to force something.
Desperate.
Brock might make a mistake trying to force something, and we didn't give him that. And to come into a way, come on the road in Philadelphia in the Link, Link ain't easy to play.
Not at all.
And it was a lot of people there.
Yeah, a lot of people said.
And they did their thing. I got to give a lot of respect to the Niners out there, man. Y'all deserve it. Y'all the best team in the NFC. No. y'all the best team in football right now. But before I pass the rock, it's only one game.
It's only one game.
It's only one game.
It's only one game.
And I told you before, if you get blown out, that means nothing for either team.
Sure.
Because we gonna see them again.
Hope so. Joy Taylor, did the best team win?
You hope so.
Hope so. I want to see that game again.
Oh. I mean, I think, I don't know, we have to hope. I think.
It's gonna happen.
We?
I mean, we both could be the
All right.
Cowboys.
Maybe it's all downhill from here, Shady. I don't know. Yeah, the best team won. Best team won. I got to tell you, I did not see that coming. I did not.
I didn't either.
I did not see that coming. When we talked about and previewed this game, I thought it was going to be close. Maybe one team would take advantage of another team's mistakes, and that's how it could kind of get away. But that was just... That was a brutal watch.
Brutal.
Or delightful, depending on what side of the ball you're on. But, I mean, overall, as a fan, we would have liked to see something more competitive. But I think that's reflective of where the Niners are right now, which is why they are the best team in football. The Niners are a unit. You are going to be hurting after that game is over. You are going to get hits. It is going to be a long, tough battle. That's how they play. That's the energy that they bring across the board on every dimension of the game. I agree with you, Shady. To me, this game came down to those 2 drives. That set the tone. It was feeling bad after that. You have 2 drives to start. I'm like, oh, this is about to be a
blowout.
A blowout. Yeah. And you walk away with 2 field goals. Yeah. You put no pressure on Purdy. You put no pressure on the Niners. They can play exactly the way that they wanted to. They don't have to change the game plan whatsoever. And I understand it became a blowout, but you're playing differently when you're down 14. You just are. So I think those 2 drives coming away with 2 field goals was a disaster for the Eagles, and then from there it just spiraled. But the Niners did an incredible job in that game on the road against the best team in the NFC going into the weekend. So you got to say they're the best team.
Yeah, this was pure dominant, man. The best team won. When you watch that game on Sunday, I'm watching the game. Number one, they got bullied up front. I don't even like using that word, but they got bullied up front on both sides of the ball, offensive line and defensive line. They got bullied by coaching, right? Nick Sirianni got purely out-coached. The offensive coordinator, whoever the offensive coordinator is for Philly, he got out-coached. The game plan for the Philadelphia Eagles was not a good game plan. One thing I know about the San Francisco 49ers that they struggle with is mobile quarterbacks. Yeah. That's what they struggle with. You have one of the best mobile quarterbacks in football. The Niners are rushing 4 people, and you standing in the pocket trying to find somebody open. That is not going to work. It was a bad game plan by the Philadelphia Eagles. Every time it was a positive game, an explosive game, Jalen Hurts was out of the pocket. Yeah. Whether he was running or whether he's giving his receivers some extra time to get open, he was out of the pocket. They did nothing to utilize his legs. The Niners rushed 4 every single game, spied Fred Warner on Jalen Hurts, and just pure dominant. More physical than them boys up front, out-coached them boys. But Acho hit it. 0 turnovers for both ball clubs, right? They were able to punt the football, and the Niners 6 consecutive drives up and down the football field on this defense.
And when you talk about being bullied, right, and I get it, that's more of a term for up front, which they did beat us up front. But a lot of that bullying was on the back end, too, though.
No doubt.
They didn't throw the ball over 20 yards the whole game, right? And that lets me know, okay, so you're throwing the ball for screens, right? And you're throwing the ball short. Catch the ball, you make the tackle. They were breaking a lot of tackles. If you just watch the 2 touchdowns that they did have, those are broken tackles. Deebo was just, he took it personal. Yeah, and one thing I'm going to say about Deebo Samuel was, when you talk that talk, because I talk that talk, he walked and walked. Yeah. Yes, sir. Right? And look at all these, that's a 5-yard pass. He takes that ball, 47, what is that, 40-something yards?
Yeah, it was like 52.
I'm just saying, so I'm showing you all these small routes. That's a 1-yard route.
That's what they
Going
do,
away to the, but what I'm saying is, you got to tackle.
You got to.
When you play against a tough team like this, that's not going to throw the ball 25 yards, a post for 60, a comeback for 30. Like, none of that. No dig, none of that. We're going to throw this ball 5, a yard, 10 yards, and we're going to break tackles and score, and that's what they did.
Shady, speaking of Deebo, do y'all have the tweet? Because after the game, the first thing that Deebo tweeted, remember on this show, I said that Deebo has the most pressure on him of any 49ers player. I can't hear the producers yet, so I don't know if we have the tweet. But Deebo takes to Twitter while still in the locker room. And I swear. And he says, Emmanuel Acho, ain't no pressure. I said, for real?
Talking like that, huh?
He said, ain't no pressure. I said, okay, Deebo, I see you. Because, Shady, you hit the nail on the head. And we've all talked about it. This came down to a get back. show get-back game.
Yep.
I need to get my lick back. And speaking of getting things back, is Slim here today?
No.
Is Slim here?
No. Slim better not be
Is
here.
Slim here? Is Slim here? Is Slim? Okay, well, first off, we got the tweet. The Deebo saying, ain't no pressure, but I was just wondering is...
We gotta check is Slim still alive, man. They got bad out there, man.
Oh, Slim.
Oh, he breathing though.
Yeah,
breathing. I think he's trying to enter the joint.
as long as he ain't in here, we good.
It's froze?
Ain't no Slim. You know, can we get a replacement? Can we just get something that just in placement?
Oh, here we go.
Can we just...
Are they serious?
in
I gotta be honest,
And it's
dog.
right by you, though, Shady.
Hey, you know what's funny about this show? They love my swag when they're doing home. 2-5 do the flag. Yeah, they want to do the flag.
Slim.
Hey, it's a copycat league.
You right.
Personally, I'll take the
Let me pop myself on that.
100%. Hey, I'm still looking for Slim. I'm in here. I'll take that Niners flag all day.
Okay, let's get back to the game real quick. Shady, the disrespect. The disrespect.
Fly, we fly, baby. Hey, look, I know one thing about this thing. I ain't gonna say that on TV. I ain't gonna bring it up on TV. We won the war, though, Joy. Just know that. You was at that game and we lost in that parking lot. We won the war. I'll leave it at that.
Not on the field,
Might be
but in the
kids,
parking lot.
might be kids
I am
watching.
appalled.
Yeah.
Okay, now look, we had an intense argument about this on Friday, or maybe it was Thursday. I said that the Eagles would get exposed by the 49ers in this game. I said the San Francisco 49ers, San Fran is the one team that could expose the Eagles. Double-digit leads the Eagles had overcome, double-digit deficits rather, the Eagles had overcome the last 2 weeks. But this week against the Niners, I said it wasn't possible. And the Eagles got exposed in this fashion. The Eagles' offensive play calling, it got exposed because it is extraordinarily basic. Nothing is inspiring for the Eagles. Their two big gains on the first two drives, which were their best two drives, were A.J. Brown winning on slants and pick routes. Those are high school concepts, and that's A.J. Brown just being a grown man. The Eagles got exposed because their linebackers in coverage are not good enough. Exposed so much so that the Eagles had to go sign Darius Leonard less than 24 hours after the game. Shaquille Leonard, a free agent, 2019 All-Pro player linebacker that the Colts recently released, he had to go get signed by the Philadelphia Eagles. Exposure does not mean that the Eagles are a bad team.
We need them.
I still believe the Eagles are a top 3 team in the National Football League. But they got exposed to let us realize what their deficiencies are that they could not overcome. Obviously, this was a tense conversation. Joy, do you believe that Shady's Eagles got exposed?
No, because when we had this conversation, where we had a debate about what exposing really means, and I don't think that one game exposes a team that is that good and has that much equity. Now, I know I'm very boring. I like consistency. I think what you are consistently week in and week out is more indicative of who you are as a team, not your best or your worst, but that's not very fun for daily television, I know, but that's how I feel. I don't think that one game, particularly in the NFL, exposes you.
Right.
Now, that being said, they got another big matchup coming up, the Eagles do,
Yes, they do.
this week, which we will, I'm sure, start previewing tomorrow. And if it goes badly again, now we have a bit of a trend, and that could be something that is a bit of exposure. Now, I don't know how this game is going to go this weekend, and we'll start talking about it tomorrow, but no, I don't think one game exposes you. And look, that was a bad day in the office for the Eagles, like, all around. It was a disaster. It was this. You don't want to have a game like that, particularly at this point in the season. But what I think they learned is all the things that we were talking about with them as being concerns are not going to work against great teams. That is the problem. San Francisco is a great team. When you don't get it done, they're going to spread the lead, and they're going to take advantage of it, and they're not going to give that up. Against a great team, that's what they're going to do, particularly a team that's designed the way the San Francisco 49ers are. So I don't think that every team in the league can do what San Francisco did to the Eagles.
Really any.
I don't think any team can.
Agreed.
So from that perspective, if you play like that, which I don't think the Eagles would play like that every time. To me, exposed means you're not in the same league, and I don't believe that off of one game. I think if these teams played each other 10 times, it would split.
James, let me tell a story. I love Joy's point because it's interesting. I think Joy and I are saying the same thing, just using a different word to define it. James, when I moved into my house out in the hills, I thought everything was good. I had a contractor come in. He checked the roof shade. He checked the floors. He checked the windows. Everything was Gucci. LA, it don't rain. That's what they tell me. It's always sunny in Southern California. But if y'all remember, about 7 months ago, we got rain for like 3 days straight, like a downpour. Next thing you know, my roof leaking. Now, it took a downpour to make my roof leak, but once that downpour came, I realized, wait a second, it exposed to me the fact that my roof ain't exactly what I thought it was. Yeah. The Niners, to me, are that downpour. Now, nobody, a couple raindrops aren't going to expose that. A couple raindrops of the Commanders, of the Giants, aren't going to expose the fact that the Eagles' offense was basic, the fact that the Eagles' defense is not what it was last year. But when you see that torrential downpour, you realize, hey, you better fix what is going on because you got a leaky roof, and the Eagles have a leaky linebacker core, of which they have since addressed. Do you think they got exposed?
I think the Eagles absolutely got exposed in this game. And I want to share a story, too, because I was 15-1 in this league. And we were winning football games, but we weren't winning football games the right way. And we weren't playing the way we knew we can play. And we didn't have the confidence in that locker room. When we turned on the tape on, we was finding ways to win, but we knew we weren't a good football team, a dominant football team like the 49ers. We knew that on tape. And eventually, it caught up to us, and it caught up to us in the playoff when we ran into a really good team, and we couldn't overcome those things that we were overcoming in the 15-1 season. And that's why I'm saying this right now, because the Philadelphia Eagles all season long, not just us up here, the players, we haven't played our best football yet. We haven't played our best football yet. It's about to be week 15. Like, you guys are finding ways to win, but it's about to be week 15, and it's the same conversation that we haven't played our best football yet, but we're finding ways to win. No, it's going to catch up to you. And it caught up to you this weekend in a big, big way. In a big, big way. And this is a team that you probably going to have to see again. And if you don't get it fixed, you might have to see them in the city. In the 415. That ain't the link. That's down there.
Where's that? I don't know.
That's in the Bay, man.
I've never been there.
Well, the 408. That's where it's at now. It's in the 408. Well, you better hope you don't got to go. Because if they just did that to you in the link, you got to come down there to San Jose to play these boys out there. It's going to be trouble. So for me, it's just too much, man. They got exposed, man.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.